I'm Matt Congleton with the Independence Fire District.
All right. What is something your agency is going to do this year?
Our agency is starting to implement the high performance CPR coming out of the Resuscitation Academy in Seattle, Washington. We're going to try to implement a statewide program for that to where we can piggyback on to what the Resuscitation Academy is doing to help with the cardiac arrest outcome of the state of Kentucky.
And what's something your agency is looking at doing in the next 3 years?
In the next 3 years, building on that Resuscitation Academy and becoming the front runner and basically fielding the instructors for a statewide Resuscitation Academy and a CARES registry, which is cardiac arrest outcome registry.
All right. And what about in the next 5 years?
In the next 5 years, we've already set ourselves up for it, but we're hoping to become a regional and possibly a state leader in training and fire personnel as well as EMS personnel to make us the leader of the state to where we are looked upon as being one of the nation's best.
How do you plan on setting up this academy?
Setting up the Resuscitation Academy, we're trying to lay the groundwork now to where we can be sustainable in the future, to where we have the funding and the resources. That's what we're working on now, and then going forward with it, getting the instruction from those at the Resuscitation Academy, participating in resuscitation academies around the nation, to where we can bring all that knowledge to the EMS personnel that are interested within the state of Kentucky.
Thank you. All right. What's something your agency is going to do this year?
They are testing for promotions.
All right. And what do you think your agency is going to do in the next 3 years?
Next 3 years, they should be having a designated AO apparatus operator position, and they are testing for that next year.
All right. And then where do you see your agency going in the next 5 years?
In the next 5 years, I look for them to hire more staff, possibly open another station maybe, and promote more people.
Okay. How is your agency going to go about promoting more people, from the AO to just getting more people in general?
Let me think about that one. They are currently building new businesses in our district, so therefore means more money for the fire department. We are a taxing district, so more business there are, the more taxes, more revenue we get in. So with there being more people in, there is more money coming in. We're all going to get raises, hopefully, and therefore more people come in, and then they'll have more staff, and we'll get more.
Nice. What challenges would arise with hiring more people, though? It sounds great, but there's got to be a downside.
The downside of hiring more people would probably less lockers. There's not very many lockers here, so there'd be less lockers.
All right. Well, thank you for your time and have a nice day.
Thank you.
The Independence Fire District, and I'm here to do an interview for you on how we think our EMS agency is doing. Within 1 year, I kind of see it still being the same as far as types of runs that we make and how we respond. After 3 years, I would think that we may operate in a bigger area. I can see us kind of taking on some more parts of the rural area of the county. And in 5 years, I kind of continue us doing the same thing, as well as being more innovative in the type of work and the type of equipment that we have. Just with the way things are changing in the EMS industry, I think that we'll be doing some pretty neat things. We've kind of been on the forefront for our district in the area as far as Northern Kentucky is concerned. So I think we'll continue doing that.
What challenges come with having a larger district?
With challenges, just maintaining manpower and equipment. It's hard to keep up with the increased population and making sure that we have enough manpower to cover that and be able to respond and cover all the incidents as they come in.
Well, thank you, sir. Have a wonderful day.
Thanks, you too.
My name is Scott Breeze. I'm the fire chief with the Independence Fire District.
All right. What is something your agency is going to do this year?
Something we're going to do this year. We have implemented firefighter mental health wellness checks. So that is new for us this year. We've had some runs where we've had some pretty significant mental trauma for some of our people, so we started doing that. Actually, I just came back from mine this morning. So just a way to kind of help break the ice, and if there are people that need to have any further referrals or treatment, then just kind of a way to get that taken care of.
What is something that you think you'll do in the next 3 years as an agency?
In the next 3 years, we're going to try to maintain our current status as far as number of employees. With the ongoing pension issues going on, we'll try to negotiate that with some of the increases we're going to be having to pay for that, just try to keep our staff the same.
All right, and the next 5 years?
Next 5 years, we will have to continue some of our capital purchasing. We have recently bought an engine and another ambulance within the last couple of months as far as ordering those, but we'll have some more things that will be coming due that having to be replaced, so having to come up with that.
How do you plan on funding both the mental health situation and the new ambulances?
The mental health situation is just going to go into our regular operating budget. We have a line item set up for physicals, and we'll just go through that. So that's not going to be too bad. The ambulance, actually, we just ordered it. We're paying cash for it when we pick it up, so that'll be taken care of. We've got the new engine financed for 5 years.
And then what are some challenges about both the mental health aspects and the purchasing of new trucks?
The mental health challenges, I guess, would be getting some buy-in from the people, from our employees going through and trying to go at it with an open eye and an open perspective. Challenges for buying new trucks has been having to sacrifice some employee pay raises in order to divert some of the money to the capital funds. Just the nature of it, so our vehicles are very expensive, so our new engine's almost $500,000. So trying to transition that and still be able to keep our employees with a good wage.
All right, thank you and have a wonderful day. So what I learned today is that even though the captain had talked about something different than some of the medics who had been on for a longer time, they both talked about where independence could influence things on the bigger scheme of things versus your EMTs who have not been here for such a long time have more of a shorter view and how it directly impacted them, and how it impacted the workers versus how it would potentially impact the workers in the long term, like locker usage versus long-term firefighter mental health. And then there was also about how to greater reach the whole community, and from the administrative standpoint, there was a greater grasp on how finances could work out.